Yes, people. We are now onto the interview part of the show, and this week's guest, well, I don't know what to say really. It's an absolute pleasure having you here.
Uh,
An absolute legend in the game. Uh, Pretty much DJ'd for everybody. I think probably he's probably DJ for my nan at some point. This
yeah,
guy's been
probably.
on the circuit for a long time, and as I said, a great guy as well. And we have got
Oh,
the
thank you.
legend that is DJ Jazz T.
Word,
Jazz,
pleasure
how
to
you
be
doing,
here.
brother?
Yeah, yeah, I'm good, man. Yeah, it's good to see you guys, man. You know what I mean? Just yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah,
It's
man.
a
Of course,
pleasure to
bro.
be here. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you, man. And the way we normally start off as well, for people obviously who may be listening, who maybe not know who you are, if you want to just give us yourself a little introduction and that, let us know who you are and all that jazz, basically.
yeah. Well, I'm Jazz T. I'm from a turntablist crew called the Steel Devils. I've also got a group called Diversion Tactics, a record label called Boot Records. I've been DJing since probably about 1986. I was the 99 ITF UK Advancement Championship, which, unlike ITF, is more of a hip hop kind of battle. It's an American thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a cool title to win, you know what I mean, at the time. Yeah, I've put on tours, worked in record shops, you know what I mean? I DJ for a lot of the bigger UK artists, but I still rock an open mic with fucking, whoever, man, you know what I mean? I DJ, I DJ. I love to spin the wax, man, love to produce.
Yeah, man.
I think that's about it, really.
Mate,
Yeah, man.
what a resume.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
and if people didn't know you were a DJ, just looking behind you, man, I think they would have guessed pretty sharpish.
yeah. This is the
That is a
lab, man. This is the
collection.
lab. Yeah,
Yeah, man.
yeah. I mean, I could probably, I probably have about triple this if I didn't sell records and give records away as well. I've only got the one room, so I'm just trying to keep it concise. You know what I mean?
You give actually give records away as well, man. That's
Yeah, I've given records to people. You know what I mean? Like aspiring DJs and stuff.
mm.
If I got loads of stuff, I'm not a greedy person. I worked in a record shop for 27 years, so there's a lot of records around.
I'm sure
Yeah,
with your
man.
collection of there's certain records that are not getting touched by anybody anytime soon, though.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, man.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
obviously on the subject of that, you and I obviously known each other from obviously, as you said, you used to work in Dance 2 at the time it was called, right?
yeah,
In
dance too.
Guildford.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And I was obviously
yeah,
coming in there as a little whippersnapper. I think I was what 15 years old, buying the drum and bass
yeah,
um,
man. Great days,
records and
man.
that. Yeah, man,
Yeah,
that was an obviously R.I.P. Ed. That's when Ed was obviously
yeah,
working there as well. So
yeah.
yeah, big up to Optics, man.
Yeah, yeah, Optiv actually, DJ Optiv,
Optics,
man,
sorry, yeah,
legend in the game, and like the first, yeah, I mean, me and him produced stuff on the Diversion Tactics album, you know what I mean, the first one that came out in 2002, I think it was. So we were producing stuff together quite a lot as well,
yeah,
and
yeah,
he
yeah.
actually helped me get the job in the shop, you know what I mean. But yeah, Dance 2 Records, legendary spot. I mean, we finally closed the doors last July, I think it was, because the building was getting knocked down, and Guildford's
Yeah.
just not as live as it was, things change, man. You know what I mean? So yeah, we kind of went out on a high. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. I
But
mean,
I'm still working with Hans the boss. We're
yeah, yeah. I
still
was going to
doing,
ask. Yeah,
yeah, we're still doing high stuff, still repairing stuff, and I still got some people that buy loads of records. So you know what I mean? It's still going on. It's just not in the shop.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's more like sort of you've taken it underground, basically, haven't you? Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, we got a phone number. If people want stuff, just give us a call.
that's
Sort most
wicked,
things
man.
out.
Are you
Yeah.
thinking of maybe starting another shop somewhere, or is that any plans in that place for
The
that? Or
prob I mean, I'd love to start another shop, but the problem with shops is like landlords are so greedy, councils are so
Mm.
greedy,
mm,
parking's fucked everywhere. You know what I mean? People just like having a shop. You know what I mean? It's just mad expensive, man. It's just
yeah,
like these landlords just killed the high street. You know what I mean? And the
hundred
parking thing
percent.
as well. People just want to drive up, relax. They don't want to be
Yeah,
under pressure, worrying about their cars and stuff. So
Yeah.
it's kind of killed like that kind of thing. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Especially
definitely,
around
man.
here. I mean, people drive around here. You know what I mean? It's not like everyone gets public transport or whatever. Like, there's people drive because there's like, little villages everywhere. You know what I mean? So people
Yeah, yeah,
drive to get to the central towns or whatever. You know what I mean? And yeah, they just don't do it anymore because it's just, yeah, council greed, my brother.
Yeah, it is, man. I agree
So
with you.
yeah, unfortunately, yeah, like it'd be too expensive to have another shop.
Yeah, and plus the money you'd probably come in from selling records is probably not gonna really be able to sort of sustain having to pay the cost of running the shop itself, right? And all the
Well, I mean,
other
if you were
things that comes
selling
with it.
if you're selling thousands and thousands of records, yeah, you know what
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
it'd
yeah.
be easily enough. But it's quite a niche
It is,
thing,
man. Yeah.
records.
I mean, it's
I
coming
mean,
back for certainly, man. I've seen a lot of big rise in it. It was a drop, wasn't it, when all the
yeah,
sort of
well, yeah. The problem with records is, you know, you've got loads of people that are record dealers, so they'll buy certain labels just because they know they can sell it on at a profit. So
mhm.
all these limited runs are just great, but the records aren't necessarily getting out to the real fans. And then a lot of the hip hop DJs aren't necessarily buying records because records are mad expensive now. You know what I mean? So like hip hop DJs and I guess jungle DJs, you know, drum bass DJs, everyone's just like doing the download thing and buying the odd record here and there. I think that the growth in the record market is with normal people buying rock records, pop records, you know what I mean? Like collectible stuff. So it's not really what our stuff that's, you know, like smashing it like it used to. You know, with my
Yeah,
label, you know, I'm doing like 250, 300 of everything, you know what I mean? Whereas like before we would have been doing 500, 1,000, you know what I mean?
yeah,
On a
yeah,
good
yeah, yeah,
release. Well, 750, I think is the most we ever did because we always used to keep it tight, you know what I mean?
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, man. And how's things been? Obviously, with yourself, you obviously, you know, you do, as you mentioned before, you do production and stuff as well. Have you got any projects coming along and stuff? Or have you released anything? I know I've seen bits you've been dropping recently, but
Well, recently, the last thing I put out was Blade Dark and Sinister with MC Mello. So
mm,
it was a Blade. I just did the edit on it, but like it's a Blade track that came out on his Lion album from years ago, and
yeah.
loads of people really wanted it on a 45 or something. So we put that out. Before that, put out a Cool Keith record. Me and Zygote produced a beat like 15 years ago or something, and like Cool Keith was in the area with Ultramagnetic, so their hype man Mark Davis like hooked me up to get the Keith verse, you know what I mean? And yeah, Keith actually did the whole track, recorded it at Dirty Dike studio, and we put that out. So that was
Oh,
sick, man,
wicked.
because it's one of our favorite beats. Next thing I'm dropping is a track called Nebula X, which has got Michael Parkinson, Joker Star, and MCM from
Dope,
Caveman on it. That's
dope,
produced
dope,
by
dope.
me, so that's going to be dropping any time now. My
I,
man Violently Ill came over from Belfast to do the video for that, so that'll be coming next. And there's a few other projects that hopefully I'm going to be dropping. Like there's a Michael Parkinson and Verb album that hopefully I'm going to do the wax
Dope,
for.
dope,
There's
dope,
a
dope.
Roughneck Jihad and Sen's Beats album, which I've done loads of scratches for. Hopefully I'm putting that out. And
Wicked, man.
done a EP with Ramps and Bad Bones called Limitless Space. So that's going to come out as well at some point.
Are these all
see.
coming out
Uh,
on your label, or are these just going
yeah,
to be going
yeah.
out for different things? Yeah.
No, these are all coming out on boot. I've
Oh,
got a
wicked.
Joker Star album called Side Note. It's going to be like a CD only thing. That's that. So that's going
Dope,
to be
dope.
dropping soon as well. So yeah,
It's
plenty of
busy,
things in the
man.
pipeline.
Sweet.
Yeah,
I got to ask, going back to Cool Keith, and K-Saulz will probably realize why I'm asking this question. Like,
yeah,
how was it working with Cool Keith? Like, his lyrics are some of the most insane things, like
Insane, man.
put to music. Like, they're so dope. But how was the man behind the lyrics? Because like me and K-Saulz have had a little competition
yeah,
online. It's a thing where you have to figure out whether the lyrics are Cool Keith
yeah.
or a poem from James Joyce, and
Right, yeah,
It's a game thing
it's
that we played
harder
in it.
than you
Yeah.
think, man. It's
yeah,
absolutely insane. So I was
yeah.
just wondering, like how Cool Keith was as a person, you know.
Cool Keith was just mad chilled out, like mad, just really interested in well, he's kind of interested in the country. I think he'd been hearing reports of kids running around the hood with machetes and stuff, so he's quite
Yeah.
interested in that. So
Yeah,
we were basically driving from like Holborn to North London to Dyke Studio, and we were talking a lot about machetes and stuff, and like looking at what might be the UK projects and stuff. And Keith was cool, man. Just mad, chilled out. Just yeah, just like real nice guy. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
yeah, we got in the studio, and yeah, he just wanted to eat some ramen, man. You know, just to get his vocal cords right. So we spent about half an hour trying to like work out where to get it from. And,
It's amazing.
yeah, Dyke sorted out the Just Eats, I think it was, and they got the ramen, and then yeah, he just played the beat, just he wrote it there and then, you know what I mean?
Oh, sick.
Managed to get 2 verses and a hook out of it, so
Oh,
yeah,
wicked, man.
yeah, and yeah,
Oh.
it's wicked, man. So yeah, he's a great guy, and then I dropped him and Mike Davis off in Soho, you know. So yeah,
Oh, what
and
for a
then we went
little
to the
late
Ultra
night,
Magnetic.
late night off, you know, late night
Yeah,
visit
that's
to
something
it,
to
yeah.
be a fly on the wall about, man.
Yeah,
Cool
Yeah,
Keith around Soho.
yeah.
is it?
But yeah, no, it's great because I'd spoken to Keith because I used to DJ for this guy Tim Dog that you probably know, and yeah, after the last few shows I did with Tim Dog, I think he was in France with Cool Keith, and I spoke to Keith on the phone, you know what I mean? And he was like, "Yeah, man, you should come through the show." I was like, "Keith, man, I'm in the UK. It's like a different country, bro."
You probably
No,
wouldn't have known. You probably thought it was like a down the road
no, he knew,
in another
he
state
knew,
or
man, but
something.
I just don't think it was really. It was just like chatting for the sake of it. I think it's funny, man.
Oh man,
It.
that's so cool. That's so dope.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, blessed to have done that, man. You know.
Yeah, man. And obviously you've been doing as you mentioned earlier as well, you sort of DJ for High Focus and so forth. Are you guys I mean, how's that been? How did you get into that? I mean,
Well,
how that opportunity come along, man?
I mean, how did it come along? I mean, I knew Fliptrix from before High Focus days. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And yeah, I mean, I guess I was Ramson Bad Bones DJ. I have been
yeah,
for a while. You know what I mean? And then he got signed to High Focus, so I obviously came with him.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
When 4 Hours first came out, um, Fliptrix needed a DJ that could drive, and like I was, you know, he asked me, and I did like maybe 3 4 hours shows right at the beginning, so I was spinning for them like from early. Um, Obviously, me and Zygote had done work with Verb T in the past, so I DJ'd for Verb T on a few occasions, you know what I mean? So, and I met Leaf Dog at Speaker's Corner, and he gave me some CDs like years and years ago because he was producing and working with like Karis One and people like that, like
yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah,
15, 20 years ago. You know? I don't know if it's 20 years ago, definitely 15 years ago.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So I met Leaf through that, and then I met BVA because I used to do the end of the week challenges, and there's a section called MC versus DJ where I have to spin all kinds of different beats, and yeah, that's how I met BVA. And so I guess from those links and from DJing for Bad Bones, then you know there'd be occasions where other people would want me to spin for them, you know what I mean?
yeah,
And then it kind of sort of happened like that, and then you know, I've done scratches on a lot of people's stuff, and yeah,
yeah,
just
yeah,
got
yeah.
sort of worked from there, really.
Yeah, so I don't know how it sort of works at High Focus stuff. Are you like sort of signed to the label, or are you kind of just like
No,
just a DJ that, and do you
well, I
produce for
mean,
any of those guys and stuff as well?
I produced on the Bad Bones album,
Yeah,
which
obviously apart from
which
Bad
one?
Bones, yeah.
Yeah, but I haven't done much. I think me and Zygote produced something on one of the Dirty Dike albums,
Yeah,
but I haven't really done anything for Fliptrix or the others that have come out on High Focus yet, you know. But I
yeah,
mean, in
yeah,
terms of High Focus, you know, I do just DJ for certain artists. So I'm the
yeah,
4 Hours DJ, but I've been Fliptrix DJ for a while, but been Leaf Dog and BVA's DJ.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah,
when Zygote isn't doing stuff with Kashmir, so I DJ for him as well. I've done the odd show with Tremendous as well. She's on the label.
yeah,
Uh, but that's it, really. I mean, I don't spin for all of them. You know, it's just certain people that you know I've worked with.
yeah, man.
Yeah. Were you it was I think 2019 November I think just before like all the lockdown crazy stuff. Were
Yeah.
you DJing for Verb T in Kashmir when they come to Cardiff?
Uh, yeah.
It
What
was
Toomey's night? Yeah,
yeah, it was you. I
yeah,
thought yeah, we me and a
yeah,
few of my friends supported you guys. The
yeah,
band Dirty Addicts.
yeah.
I thought it was you. I'm sure I told you that night, man, but
Yeah.
sorry, I'm just digressing. I
No, I do recognise you, man. You know what I mean? Maybe the beard's a bit more gangster.
well, it's a lot more grey, and my face is a lot more pink with this heat right now.
Classic.
It's terrible. But yeah, man, that was a crazy show. It
Yeah, I
was
really enjoyed that.
first time I saw any of you guys live, and it was just incredible, man. It was a shame it had to get moved to the smaller room upstairs rather
Yeah,
than downstairs, but it was nice. It was more, I
yeah,
think it
more
was more
intimate, more packed
intimate, and
out.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. It was so cool, man. Sweatbox in there like
yeah,
nobody's business, but it was so fucking dope, man. So
Sometimes
cool.
those
yeah,
smaller venues are nicer, man. You do get that more intimate sort of feel, and it kind of gives it a bit
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
different vibe.
And
yeah,
those
Obvi-
speakers just vibrate through your very soul, so you can feel every
yeah,
beat,
yeah.
every
And you're
lyric,
right
man.
there with the crowd, man. It's so dope, man. Yeah.
Yeah,
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 man.
that's it, man.
It was a
Um,
hell of a fucking gig.
yeah, so when obviously when you're producing stuff, you say obviously you work with Dr. Zygote and stuff. Is that right? Or is that kind of your sort of partnership in turn of production, or
It
you?
was, yeah, it was. I mean, we've got hundreds of beats still. I mean, we don't make stuff so much together anymore because he's moved away and like
Ah,
he's
right, okay.
producing different kind of music and stuff. I mean, he's still doing hip hop stuff,
Yeah,
I'm kind of doing my own shit now, really.
yeah, yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean? I mean, it was both of our label, but he kind of left Boot now, so yeah,
yeah. And do you run Boot on your own now, or do you?
yeah, I do, yeah, I do
Yeah,
now,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I've
You,
got a radio show. I've got the Boot radio show on Kane FM.
that's
That's
it.
me and
Yeah,
Miracle.
yeah,
Miracle
yeah, yeah.
works like he runs that a bit more than I do, you know. But as far as the label's concerned, yeah, it's just me at the moment.
Do you
How
still?
was that when oh,
Yeah.
sorry, go on,
No,
Kate.
no, no. Go on, bro. Go on.
I was gonna say, how was that when he left? Like, did you find your workload double? Was it harder to get around and get used to doing everything solo then?
Not really, because I mean, it might have been, you know, I might have thought it might have been that way, but in
Mm.
reality, I was doing quite a lot anyway. You know, we were doing a lot of stuff
Yeah,
together. We were kind of motivating each other. I mean, the label was originally started just to put our own stuff out. So if
Yeah,
you look at the boot catalog, most of it, you know, everything, like even the Blade stuff has got like or I've done something on it. You know what I mean? Because
yeah,
that was the whole thing behind the label. So workload wise, it was always on us anyway. You know what I mean?
yeah, man.
It's all about trying to keep it moving. I mean, at the moment, I put the Blade thing out earlier this year, and then I got that Nebula X thing coming and the Joker Star CD because I want to try and put out more stuff because you know what I mean. The more stuff you put out, the more you know, more turnover, the more you know. But it's you know, I've got loads of other stuff going on as well. Like a lot of shows been going on. You know
Yeah.
what I mean. So it's just trying to keep everything going at the same
yeah.
time.
Do you find that quite a hard juggle and balance in terms of trying to do that, or
Uh,
because obviously you're doing a lot of shows as you
I think
said
the
you're
only thing
away.
I find hard because I've got like two kids as well,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
that's it. Yeah,
married and um basically the only thing I find hard is making beats. Like
yeah,
because I can do everything else. If people want scratches, I've got my methods,
Mm.
you know. I've got all this, you know, like I can scratch in no problem. And I'm always practicing, you know what I mean? So I'm pretty up to date with all the skills and stuff. So you know, if people want me to do scratches, it's not that much of a problem. Beats is a different thing though, you know. Like I think that's the only thing that I find difficult because I think with beats, when me and Zygote used to make beats together, we were in the studio 3 days a week for
yeah,
about
Mm.
12 years.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
And when you're making beats all the time, you're just making beats all the time. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, yeah.
But for me, I just haven't had a, you know, I make like maybe, you know, I made probably about 4 or 5 beats this year, which just really isn't good enough, really. But they're all dope beats. But I think they, you know,
Yeah.
Mm.
it's up to the audience to say really. But I'm happy with them. Um, but you know, productivity beats wise, I wish I could make more beats. You know, it's like some of my brothers like Leaf Dog. You know, they're doing like hundreds of beats. You know,
I know.
like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
all the time. I just wish my workflow was that good. But other than that, other than beat making, I think everything else, you know, it's pretty much in hand. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I suppose you've been doing it for so long now. You've got your own little ways of doing
Yeah,
things and your own little methods and stuff. And I mean,
yeah,
I agree with the beat side of things, man. Like, I love making beats, and I'm always like, right, next week I'm going to sit down and make a beat, and the
yeah,
week comes, and then let by the time I've actually even come down to making, it's been 3 months or 4 months. I'll keep
yeah,
just putting it off, and you really want to do it. Like I want to
yeah,
do it. I'm even thinking of ideas. I'm thinking what I'm going to sample.
yeah,
Write down a few things, and then fucking someone else comes up, and it's just like just gets put back to the burner, back to the
yeah,
back of the line, man. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah. And yeah, I think another thing with beats is the bar's so high. I mean, we've just done stuff with some like mad big people and made some
yeah,
crazy fucking records, you know. So and like some of the producers, you know, like Ill Informed, Leaf Dog, Michael Parkinson, Jess, you know what I mean? Like all these people are so good, man. The bar's high. So
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
And the thing is,
It's
they're
not
just
like
so
it's,
quick. They're so quick. Like they'll
yeah,
make an absolute banger in a space that will probably take you just to fucking make the, well, take me anyway to make the beat. Do you know what I mean? Just to
yeah,
make a.
yeah.
So yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for me, wait, be dead. Hold on. Give me a second, man.
This will be edited out, don't worry.
Sort Lulu out, please.
Inquisitive children, man. That's why I've got to do mine in the garage as well. Because
Yeah.
just wake
Don't
up
say it
and come
like
down
that,
and
Cam. That sounds bad, man.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to do your kids in the garage.
Yeah. No, that's Louis. That's my son, man. He's
yeah.
autistic, so like he's sweet as, man. But
Oh,
yeah,
mate,
what we
come and see
what I was saying about beats was it's not so much the time it takes to make the beat, it's the sample source, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I've got like I've got a wicked DAC IS 612 sampler here, and I put all my drums in there, so like my drum sounds are killer. I've got loads of wicked breaks and stuff, but it's the loops, because I'm coming from a DJ perspective, you know what I mean? The things that inspire me to make beats are loops, and I can't use stuff that other people have used.
Yeah.
And like me and Zygote had such an original style, you know. So it's like taking it, you know, further is just difficult, you know what I mean?
It
But
is, yeah.
I have been doing it, and everything I put out, I feels a step up. So you know, it's all good.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, like you said about the other UK producers. Like UK's got such its own unique sound, and like you said, the bar is so high.
Yeah.
Like when you produce, do you try and like not copy or reproduce that kind of sound that we got? Like that, does it come natural to how you producing it ends up like that sound, or do you try and differentiate and stay away and make something that might not sound so UK-ish? You know what I mean?
I think with me, like my thing is always just making hip hop. So I've never really tried to. I just make what I like, really. So at the moment, what's happening is shit's either really jazzy or really dark. You know what I mean? There's no middle ground at the moment. And like I was saying earlier, like for me, the production is the sample that takes me in the direction of where the beat goes. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like a lot of producers can make beats out of just little bits and pieces and it will come together. But for me, because I'm a DJ, like the inspiration always comes from loops. So that kind of dictates what. I mean, our sound, I wouldn't say it's so much of I mean, I don't know if it's blatantly a UK sound, you know what I mean? Because when I listen to my stuff, all right. So from a DJing point of view, when I play my stuff with American stuff or really good British stuff, I can't, you know what I mean? It fits with both. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's, I guess it's a classic sound, you know what I mean?
Which
transcends like all the different times and shit. You know what I mean? It's like timeless music. I'm not trying to make timeless music, but it
just happens to you so good it just fucking works out that way, man.
No, I think it's more of a case of like, you know, when certain people just don't conform to whatever the sound is at the time.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of what it is, you know what I mean? You're just making what you like.
Yeah.
You're not just trying to sound like what you reckon people like.
Yeah, definitely. That's where it's got to start, man. That's where all art is, isn't it? You're making it for yourself, really, and then you're presenting it to other people and saying, "Hey, what do you think of this?" Basically,
exactly.
Really, you're making it for yourself.
I was going to ask, like, where you said, like the sample leads you to whether it's going to be like really jazzy or really dark. Have you got a feeling before you look for a sample? Do you think, oh, today's going to be dark, today's going to be jazzy, or is it hear a bit of sample and it's like, oh, well, that's what I'm going for today, you know?
Yeah. So my process will be listening through loads of records, and like when I'm in the record shop that I usually buy a lot of my breaks from, you know what I mean? I'll hear something and then I'll get it home and it's like, fuck's sake, it's just not going to work. So ultimately, I'm just looking for stuff that I like and I think I can make a beat out of. So it might not be jazzy or dark, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's when I hear it, I know that that's going to make a dope beat. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
What's like the most obscure like thing that you've heard that you've turned into a beat? Like you just thought, wow, I've never heard any type thing like this before. I must have it. I must create something from this.
uh,
So sorry for the like just blow your mind question.
obscure. Well, I mean, I've got like some crazy free jazz like records on that actual label. You know what I mean? Where you listen to it and it's just absolute chaos, and then you get to a bit which is just like, Jesus, man, this is just going to be some fucking, you know what I mean? So you get to like maybe 4 bars on the record where the bass and the horns and everything just suddenly like comes together. You know what I mean? And then you think, right, I can make the main loop out of that. I can make the intro out of that. I can make the change up out of that, and then maybe all I have to do is add some horns from something else just to complement it, and then I've got the drums already, so bang. So I'd say like some of these free jazz records, obscure free jazz records that probably didn't sell at all. I've found some of the best shit on, but also like soundtracks and stuff. I mean,
What scores from movies and series
yeah,
and
yeah,
old, old
sound, yeah.
Chinese westerns and stuff, man, like that sort of stuff,
Yeah.
or like foreign, some foreign sort of music and stuff, some from their films and their series is brilliant, man. Some of the stuff you can find there, old cartoons and stuff, obviously, and
yeah, me and Zygote used to just like literally watch everything and just we'd sample like a whole series and just like that Galactus album. If you listen to that album we did with Kashmir, I mean, there's like everyone's favorite fucking sci-fi on there. I'm not going to say what because I'm not going to bait up myself, but yeah. But there was a track I did for Parky's. What was it? The practicing tag. Maybe practicing tag team moves. Or was it the And was it that one? Hold on a second. No, it's not that. Yeah, anyway, it was
I love the fact you could just go behind, just grab the record.
I was just about to say the same thing.
He knows his own Google, basically.
Yeah. He's like, I know where that is, right? Bang, bang, straight away.
But we put out this record called Practicing Tag Team Moves, and there's a track called Practice, and then there's a track with Jest on there. And then the last track was a track called Moves, which had Dirty Goods on it as well. But that Moves loop was from just a real obscure 70s soundtrack, and most of the record was shit, but it just had this one bit on it. And again, that was another kind of obscure one because I've never seen that soundtrack since, never heard of the film. I'm not going to run it past people to see if they've heard, because that, I don't want anyone to find my samples, but that's the code, isn't it? Never snitch on samples,
Are you very protective of what you use for your music then?
I've got a big distribution deal with Kudos, so I just need to. I can't bait the label up. I can't bait the distributor up. I just we just got to hold this shit down, man, because it's like, at the end of the day, like the fact that we're sampling a lot of these artists, we're kind of bringing these artists back. People just look at it like we're stealing music, but we're kind of creating stuff out of stuff which has been long forgotten.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that's an ignorant viewpoint to say like people are stealing music. It's not. It's creating more. It's expanding on the original.
And there's so many artists that I've become aware of just from crate digging and trying to find samples there's artists that I would have never ever have heard of.
Yeah.
And it's given their music a whole new life, as you said, isn't it? And bringing
when
it to
CDs used to have booklets and stuff, and you can read where the samples were from. I was like, oh, I like that sample, and go listen to the original.
Exactly.
That's what I used to do.
It's done a lot for music, but obviously
it's the industry, man. That's why. It's because they can't make because that people can do it, and you can kind of get away with it, and they're not making the full amount of money that they want. They want to fucking put a thing in it. Otherwise, there's no other reason, really.
Yeah, but before that, like I remember DJing at a wedding one time. I don't very often do that, but this guy wanted me to play a hip hop set at his wedding, and there was a band there as well. And this must have been like, I don't know, 89, 90, saying like 89 maybe.
Yeah.
And I just remember the band was just looking at me like I was a piece of shit because I'm playing other people's music and getting paid to play other people's music, and that was back then. And I was like, no. What I do is I take 2 copies of this and I actually turn it into something else. And they were kind of shaking their heads at me. But I think when they actually saw the set, they shut the fuck up and realised that, oh, actually, how the fuck is he doing that?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a skill. So, yeah.
And at the end of the day, where are they now? Fucking nowhere.
Yeah, exactly. Still playing weddings.
You do get some musicians that kind of look down on people who make music on hardware and NPCs and things like as if it's like beneath them. But then if they tried to do that, they're probably not going to be able to do it. So why are you fucking dissing them, man? Do you know what I mean? I've had people say it to me, like, that's not real music, or you're not a real artist. I'm like, what are you going on about, man? Do you know what I mean?
I'm sorry for that, man. I will stop saying that, dude. I really should.
Yeah, I was like, Mum, fuck off. Do you know what
I mean? No, I mean that's the beauty of the turntables, you know, because you're kind of playing all instruments. But like, from the point of view of being a musician, like, I never would have looked at myself as a musician, but then Jess put this band together, so it was like Quake on the drums, Louis Slippers on the bass, Parky on the MPC, me on the turntables. I think Faye Simon was doing vocals, and Parky and Jess obviously doing the vocals, and it was incredible, man, because Quake was triggering samples, you know what I mean, and the samples, the fact that there were samples in the tracks kept everything sounding like the tracks, and then I was like cutting up deck to deck in layers of the tracks as well, and it's like, you know, and then after that I just thought, well, actually I probably am a musician.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
But
man,
before that, like, because I hadn't played with a band, it's like I didn't know that discipline. Even though, like, when you're DJing for rappers, you are the band.
I
never really looked at myself like that until I played with a band and been an integral part of the band. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's understandable,
man. Sorry, go on.
No, I was just going to say it's like a dope discipline, because that particular band, because Quake is a jazz he's like a jazz drummer, really, and Louis Slippers is on that tip as well. So now and again, those guys would just go off on their tangent and like.
Yeah, but that was amazing to be witnessing, man.
And it was kind of, I sort of understood what was going on. So a lot of the time, like, I didn't find it difficult to follow, you know what I mean? And then we'd come back into the fucking main hook and then go back into the chorus. And this is all like improvised jazz shit. And again, it was one of the things which I thought, shit, I am actually a musician. you know what I mean? I can describe myself as that without feeling like a imposter syndrome.
Yeah. Well, I definitely think there's, you know, it's a skill to learn, and just like an instrument's been learned, you've learned that as your instrument, isn't it? So can't look down on that, man. And have you done any of the band stuff apart, obviously, from that? I mean, have you been part of any other bands, or?
Well, just had put another band together. So I was with those guys, and then there's a group called Get Cape, Wear Cape, Fly, who again Jess was working with. We did Glastonbury with those guys, and we did Cargo with those guys. So they had their band, so I was kind of DJing as a part of that as well. So, but other than that, like, none of the other people that I sort of work with have really done the band thing as yet.
In terms of, obviously, as you said, you know, you've been sort of DJing and stuff, and obviously getting involved in bands and things as well. And you travel around a lot, I'm guessing, obviously, to different countries and so forth.
Yeah.
Is there any sort of is there any countries that you've performed at where you found kind of the scene, you think, right, there's something going on here, this is pretty fucking dope, like surprised you on how they kind of, you know, how good the scene was in that sense, in terms of the reception that you had, and knowing obviously who sort of High Focus are and who you are and things like that? Is there any particular country that you visited that's pretty clued up about all that?
I think pretty much every country that I've been to, like, has been pretty sick, you know. Like, I've toured Germany with Yesh at the Poed like years ago, and like pretty much every city was killer, and Freestyle from the Arsonist. And then like all the stuff I've done with the 4 Hours. So we've done Greece a load of times, we've done Austria a load of times. That's always been wicked, you know what I mean? I've done unfortunately not with UK artists, but I've done Sweden a load of times with Americans, and that's always been good, you know what I mean?
Wow, okay, that's that's a bit surprising. Not just because obviously because you just don't really hear that they've got a scene or anything. You know that France have got a bit of a scene. You know that.
I mean, Switzerland's amazing as well, because I mean Switzerland's have had a scene as long as we have. You know what I mean? In fact, most of these European countries have. You know what I mean?
I think
the only place that I could say was dry was Dubai, I don't think really
Don't
got
fuck
it.
with it.
Like, I went there with
Yeah.
Jess once, and it was just a bit weird. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, I mean, it might have changed now, but yeah. But other than that, like pretty much everywhere I've been has had a wicked scene. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, we did Norway. I mean, that was quite a small venue, but like, there's a producer called Tommy T that's done stuff with like Large Pro and loads of people there. He was there. You know what I mean? So I think hip hop. Beauty of this hip hop thing is it's like our families all over the world. You can go to any major city in the world, apart from maybe Dubai, and and our people are there. You know what I mean? And there's no disrespect to Dubai, but yeah, I just weren't feeling it.
Yeah, some places just doesn't. So I spoke to a mate of mine who lives in Gran Canaria, and he said that because I was mentioning, because obviously we do the Isle of Hip Hop events, and I was just saying maybe in the future we might want to branch out because he's he's been living out there for quite a while. He knows quite a few people out there. You actually might know his brother Amaru. Do you remember Amaru?
Yeah, I think so.
Spanish guy with curly hair, used to come into dance to buy records sometimes as well with me.
Yeah. I remember him.
Yeah, and Ruben, who's mates with JP and stuff. We obviously, JP is Jepper as well. I actually spoke to Jepper today. It's mad. We contacted each other.
He's a sick DJ, man.
Oh man, wicked. Yeah, he's living in Australia now.
Okay.
So yeah, man. Yeah, sorry, what was I saying? I forgot now.
You were talking about Gran Canaria.
Yeah, Gran Canaria. Yeah, he was saying that hip hop's not that big over there. And I was like, really? I was like, yeah. He goes, you just won't find it because you bring a hip hop gig over here, people are just gonna be looking at you like, where's the they listen to Raggadon and stuff over there, didn't they?
Yeah, right. Okay.
But I mean, Gran Canaria is again like it's more of a holiday destination where Brits are just like scummy Brits. You know what I mean?
No, it's not even that.
They go no. For clubs, dance things. Like,
they've got rid of all that. Yeah, they've got rid of all that. So they don't want that sort of scene over there. Yeah, basically they put rules in Gran Canaria now. They didn't want loads of basically tourists are coming out there and buying up all the houses and stuff, like expats. They just didn't like that whole. They didn't like that whole scene, so they said they just want people to go over to Tenerife or to one of the other islands if they want to go and have like a party scene. He goes, it's become much more family orientated. People want bands and things like that. He goes, I just don't think it would work out here. And I was like, really? I was surprised. He goes, no. He goes, there's no hip hop out here at all. Like, it's all their own music or bands or whatever. So it's mad. Yeah, some places just not there, man. It's just
I guess with hip hop, you know what I mean, takes certain motivation and a certain like. You know what I mean? Yeah, there's reasons for doing it. You know what I mean? I guess don't exist in some countries.
Yeah, you take it for granted. You think, oh yeah, it's such a big thing, such a worldwide thing, but there are going to be places where obviously it probably isn't as popular.
And they just don't get it. Yeah.
Obviously, when you said you've been to Dubai and it was a bit weird, what was the vibe out there? Was it like people just standing around watching rather than getting involved, or was it just a bit?
It's just a bit of I don't know. I think because it's quite a new place. You know what I mean? I don't think it's really got any history. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or I just didn't feel it was. It just didn't feel hip hop out there at all, man. It just seemed a bit contrived and a bit like that whole expat type shit where. You know what I mean? People are kind of trying to take their own country to the next country, and it kind of felt a bit like that. It just wasn't really. It's just a bit weird, man.
Yeah, man.
A bit weird. Didn't really get back what we put out, Yeah.
Yeah. Were you out there for that long, or was it just a quick sort of visit, or?
No, just a quick visit, man. Quick one show thing, you know what I mean?
And that was just you and Jess out there, yeah?
Yeah. This was years ago, so yeah.
Where's the furthest you've been, man, in terms of traveling? Where have you gone, sort of thing?
Went to Hawaii to do those ITF finals.
Yeah.
And then did like 3 shows in Australia with Tim Dog. So we did Melbourne a couple of times. Sydney, and then we went to Perth. So
there's a good hip hop scene out there, man.
There is, man.
So, yeah, definitely. I mean, Melbourne's. Yeah, Melbourne. I actually really liked Melbourne. It was a bit more. I mean, Sydney was amazing as well, but Melbourne was more my kind of place. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I When I was
There's some
speaking to
wicked people
Jepper
out
as
there.
well, man, he was saying
Yeah,
about Sydney and Melbourne. Yeah, because
yeah,
he's living in
Yeah.
Sydney, man. He was saying that the hip hop scene's really good in Melbourne. He goes, if you ever come over here,
yeah,
go out and stuff over
Yeah,
there. But yeah,
I got a friend that, well, I say a friend, a guy recorded a EP with years ago, by the name of Big Red Cap. He's done some stuff with Dots and things like that over the UK,
oh
and
yeah, yeah,
he's over there now, and he loves it. He said he's never coming back, but he said the scene is just as good as
yeah.
the UK out there, and it just, he's found his people, he's found his place over there, and it's
Wicked.
great for him, like.
No, that's dope, man. That's good. That's good. I mean, yeah, when I was over there, I mean, it would have probably been easier for me to make a living as a DJ over there than it is here, you know.
yeah,
Because there were guys out there that were just hip hop DJs and that was their living, you know what I mean? But over
yeah,
here,
yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean, you got to do a bit more than just DJing, you know.
Yeah. That's true, true. And how did you find it, obviously, with through COVID and stuff, man? Did you really sort of have a big struggle and trying to kind of obviously, because that would have been a
No, I
period,
mean,
or did you manage to?
COVID like was kind of yeah, I don't well, I I learned about all this podcasts and fucking video shit and like, it's Zoom and everything, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I
yeah,
kind of learned about all the cameras and everything. But yeah, I just made sure I did a sort of 6 day week still, I was
yeah,
every day I was like mastering people's stuff, doing scratches, producing, making tracks, selling records, you know what I mean? As well as doing the family thing, but I just made sure that I worked every day. And
yeah, yeah,
then
yeah.
and then we were doing 1 day a week sort of covertly at the shop, you know what I mean, just to keep things going. And yeah, just tried to keep a little bit of structure. And I managed to get a musician's grant and only one because I don't think I qualified for the other ones, but yeah, just kept things moving. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
like
yeah.
fortunately, my boss had his shit together, so he made, he got us all furlough money from the
Oh,
shop
wicked.
as well. So you know what I mean? Yeah, it was all right. I mean, it was a bit weird, um, and I can see how it would have been bad for a lot of people, but for me, I used it to learn stuff, and I
Yeah,
was creative with it and productive with it. You know what I mean?
yeah, man. I was the same actually. I had a well productive COVID. It was it's
Yeah,
madness. Met a lot of
yeah,
people. Ended up
yeah,
moving here off the back of it. Well, not
yeah.
for
That's
that
it.
reason, but the people I met
Yeah,
when I moved to Wales, I'd already met loads of people here through
yeah,
through being signed to a label called Bar Picasso, man. And then yeah,
yeah.
just met loads of
Wicked.
people, and then ended up living in Wales. Like it's madness
Yeah, sweet.
how it all progressed. It was
Yeah,
like yeah, it wasn't planned. Obviously, we weren't going to plan to
yeah,
move to Wales, but it just happened to fucking happen, man. So it was cool.
yeah. I mean, the main thing the only thing I found difficult really was like, I think with me, the energy that you get back from the audience when you're doing
Yeah,
shows, it's kind of a
yeah,
life force to me. You know what I mean?
100%, 100%.
And you kind of need it. I need it. Like it's
It's
one of
not the
those
same
things.
digitally, is it, man? Never will
Nah,
be.
nah, nah. So like, yeah, doing shows is just like it is like life force, man. You know what I mean? The energy of all those people getting in, like enjoying the music and stuff, man. It's just what it's all about. You know what I mean? Nothing beats it. But
Excuse me.
you know, being able to do it digitally did definitely keep things keep things moving.
Yeah, man.
But like, I
Obviously,
learned a lot about technology because of that as well. You know what I mean? So you
you're
know,
forced
I
into it, aren't you? Pretty much.
yeah, actually getting COVID was a bit of a fucking oh man because I was definitely in bed for like 11 days, feeling like I was gonna. Well, I got asthma. I thought my breathing. I thought like I'd have breathing trouble, but it was more about the fucking this flu-like symptoms, the sweating and the fucking aching
Yeah.
bones
Yeah.
and shit. Yeah, that's what kind of kept me in bed. My breathing was all right. You know what I mean? So yeah, well, it didn't kill me, man. So
I was surprised. I had it 5 times as well, man, and it never hit my
Jesus,
chest. I never hit my
no,
chest, and it was always like, as you said, high fever. I think
yeah,
I think the first no, sorry, I got it the first time before it was even announced. I
yeah,
got it in like the January of that year, 2020, and I
Oh,
was
yeah,
you're
ill
like one of
for a
those people
month.
in it. I was listening to that band before anyone else.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, no,
I know the
honestly,
yeah,
type.
I
yeah,
was ill
yeah,
for about a month, and I was saying to my missus, like, whatever I've got is fucking weird. I haven't felt like this before, like off an illness
yeah,
where I thought I was all right, and then it just fucking drags you back down again. Like you think you're all right, and then it fucking pulls you back down again. It's like it's a
yeah.
madness, man.
Yeah, fortunately, I only had it the once, man. I was lucky, you know what I mean? I think my missus had it twice. My daughter only had it once, and I think my son might have had it once. But yeah, like I was pretty lucky, man.
Yeah,
Man, I feel like I'm missing out. I didn't get it. I was
Oh
very
man, you're
fucking
not missing
lucky.
out. That sweating's
No,
like a fucker, man. There's
yeah.
nothing like changing your clothes about 8 times a fucking day.
If it's any consolation, I did have swine flu when that was about. That was a
Okay.
kick in the bollocks, man. That was horrible.
All right. So
You
you
old
probably know
swine.
exactly how we feel.
Yeah, man. I think I lost about a stone and a half, 2 stone in about a week,
Jesus.
10 days. It was the grimmest thing I've ever had, man.
Oh
Horrible.
man.
So if that's anything like COVID, I feel sorry for you
It
guys, man.
probably is because I actually lost a lot of the beer belly when I got COVID, even though it was only 11 days. Haven't been able to replicate that again, though, unfortunately.
Start going around licking people with COVID just to
Yeah,
fucking
trying to, yeah, no, I've got to lose this beer belly, son. Yeah.
going on holiday, innit? You fucking...
Yeah.
It's a quick fix.
No. Well, yeah, but the shirt stays on. Uh,
So when you're obviously producing this stuff, man, do you get sort of inspiration from stuff that you play out necessarily, or is it stuff? Sorry, do you get inspiration from stuff that you hear, like I don't know, from like I don't know,
uh,
TV show or something, or are you just when you go actually to make a track, Ricky, right, I'm going to look for some samples, or is there moments where you think, whoa, like that'll make a dope sample? Do you know what I
I
mean?
think with me, I know that I know some of the best rappers in the game. So I know that I know, you know what I mean? It doesn't make sense for me not to be making beats. So I'm whenever I get the opportunity, I will be digging and I'll be endeavoring to make beats, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
in terms of actual projects and the actual production, because obviously beat making is beat making.
yeah,
Production
yeah,
is when you bring the whole project together.
yeah, yeah,
So with that Nebula X thing, for instance, you know, like that beat I felt would work with the guys that I got on there, you know, like
yeah,
Parky and Joker did their thing, and I just thought MCM, you know, so in 1995, Mark B put this record out, which had a track called Certain Special Skill on the B side, and that was MCM rhyming and me on the scratch, and that was in 1995.
yeah,
So I DJ'd for Caveman a few times, you know what I mean, and I thought, yeah, man, let me see if he likes this. So I played him the track, and he really liked it. So he wrote like 24 what are they doing 24s on there? No, 30. Yeah, I think they're doing 24 bar verses on there. And yeah, he did his 24. And it's funny because like 1995, it's obviously like how long goes that? It's about 30 years, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah.
so that's the first ever track I did with MCM 1995.
Mm,
That's the first ever thing I was on wax on. Obviously, it's Mark B's first record. And then 30 years later, we put this seven out, you know. So it was kind of, don't know, energy of the universe brought that one together. I mean,
yeah, 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 yeah,
I didn't know how that was going to work. All I knew that it was a dope beat, and I wanted to get, you know, Parky and Joker, two of my favorite people in the game. I love doing tracks with them, you know what I mean. And
yeah,
they're
yeah,
both fire MCs, you know. And to get MCM on there, you know, and I've got Matt Littler doing the artwork as well, you know what I mean. So yeah, it just sort of came together like organically, I'd say, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
the
yeah,
ideas sort of just kept coming to me, and yeah. I mean,
yeah,
I
man.
basically played Parky that at my birthday like last year because that's when I made that beat, and then yeah, birthday this year, it's all kind of ready to go, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
In
yeah,
terms of the Bad Bones projects, I'll make beats, and there's certain beats that I'll play, and it'll be like, yeah, I can definitely fuck with that, you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And so that came together with just him hearing stuff, and he came up with the concept for the whole, you know, like what the tracks were called, what the direction was going to be on that, you know what I mean? Other times I might come up with a
sorry to
concept.
interrupt you, man. Do you like do all your mixing and mastering yourself, or
Yeah, I
do you
do
send it
now.
off?
So
Yeah,
yeah, so talking about that, there was one time where we had a track called 2084 and another track called Run Run Run. 2084 was my man Chubby Alcoholic and Verb T,
yeah,
and Run 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 was Tim Dog. And we went to this guy called Walter Colo, who's one of the best mastering engineers. He used to work at this place called Masterpiece. So back in the days where you had to get your stuff mastered, we used to go there. And both those tracks, he was like, "Look, guys, I don't need to do anything with these." So from there, me and Zygote built up the confidence to use those as reference tracks
yeah, yeah, yeah,
because
yeah,
like mastering's literally like having all the frequencies within this you know what I mean? This, I don't know.
The range, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah,
Making
range.
sure
Yeah, that's
everything.
the
Yeah,
word.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, within this range, you know what I mean, and you know that it's going to sound good. So just use those as reference points. And I've been kind of mixing and mastering my own stuff since, and pretty much 99% of the time it sounds sick. Now and again, like I've had issues where I've mastered it, and then the mastering engineer's thinking that he's tried to master it again, and pushed up
Yeah,
the high frequencies too much, and it's like, man, what the fuck are you doing? But when they just leave it flat, my masters are usually like spot on, pretty
yeah,
much
yeah,
all
yeah,
the
yeah.
time, actually, I'd say, because of what Water taught us. And also,
Yeah,
you know, I think mastering, a lot of it is obviously knowledge and, you know, having a good mix in the first place.
exactly
But
that, man. The good mix is
it's
so
also,
important.
yeah,
Sometimes, like the mastering is you have to do minimal. The best times are when you actually have to do minimal because the mix is that good, where all
yeah,
you're doing is just giving it a slight more, maybe of a bit more of a boost in terms of volume or
yeah,
whatnot. But in
yeah, yeah,
terms of
yeah,
all the frequencies, everything is already done where it
yeah,
needs to be. You know.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And I think like when I'm mixing the master, well, specifically mastering mainly, I'd say when I'm mastering other people's stuff, I don't really want to take away from what they've created because they've obviously made it sound that way for a reason.
Mm.
So my job is to make it fit to whatever medium they want it mastered for. It's not for
Yeah,
me to add my fucking stamp on it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
That's not what
yeah,
it's
yeah,
about. For me personally, maybe there's mastering engineers where someone goes to the mastering engineer because they got a specific sound, but
yeah,
that's not me.
yeah.
I want to I want to sort of enhance the artist's
Their sound at the time,
vision,
because
yeah, sound, yeah,
sometimes you get tracks which are really like
yeah,
compressed and like the beats are like really
yeah,
tight and like gritty. It's got that gritty vibe to it, and you don't want to be fucking making
no,
that. It loses its essence sometimes, man. It
yeah,
takes it out of it puts it into a different frequency range, and it loses that initial that grit
yeah,
to it. Do you know what I mean? That kind
yeah,
of
yeah, yeah, definitely. It takes away all the dynamics and
yeah.
just, yeah,
That's it, man.
just makes it, well, I mean, it makes the ear like, if stuff is just too compressed and too like consistent and there's no peaks or you,
Yeah,
not peaks, but there's no like like highs and lows, then the ears get tired.
yeah,
You know what I mean? It's like a lot of that EDM. I don't know if you remember those days, DMC battles where everyone was just using this awful fucking EDM shit, and it just had no dynamics. And at the end of it, your ears are bloody bleeding. And then like you get a DJ like Richie Ruffton come out and juggle James Brown, and it was like fucking hell. At last, someone's actually doing something that you can actually fucking enjoy. You know what I mean? With a little bit of musicality to it.
yeah.
And yeah, that kind of mastering that you're talking about there reminds me of that style of DJ, like that style of music. You know?
Yeah, 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 yeah. That's it, man. That's it. And when you're sort of listening to obviously samples and stuff, are you kind of a bit of a purist because you're a DJ, you just want to get samples from records, or do you kind of just whatever
Um,
from YouTube, or if you come across other sounds, or are you kind of a bit more
I think with me, I think the essence of hip hop is making something out of nothing.
yeah,
These days, even digging on a budget level is fucking expensive. You
yeah,
know, so but yeah, I mean, I'd say like again, 99% of the beats that I make, the drums are from vinyl.
yeah,
Probably about 70% the drums are from 45s
yeah,
because I like the kind of sound of breaks off 45s, they're nice and loud and crispy.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah,
in terms of music, I'm cool with sampling. I don't really fuck with YouTube so much. I might fuck with YouTube for scratch lines,
yeah,
If I ain't got a record, then I might record it off YouTube
yeah,
via a decent sound card, so it just sounds dope. And then I
yeah, yeah,
might use scratch lines from YouTube. In terms of samples, I think I probably only use YouTube maybe once or twice for samples.
yeah,
Because the way I see it, if it's in the digital domain, there's more chance of me getting or the distributor getting fucking flagged up
Mm.
either on YouTube itself or
yeah,
Spotify or these streaming services. So, like the idea of sampling from YouTube, I mean, if it's out there, then like I'd say it's a lot easier for people to find where the sample's from. So that kind of, I tend to not use it. You know, that's one of the reasons why I don't use YouTube. You know, I'll sample DVD box sets. I'll sample videos.
And what about
cassettes.
stuff that you're watching on TV or Netflix or something like that? So many times I hear samples on there and I don't bother.
Yeah. I'm
I hear
up
it
for
all the
that. You know
time.
what I mean?
Yeah.
But again, even though that's digital, I mean, it's not a song. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's got like, because it's in some, you know, there's like a lot of the boot stuff. If you listen to some of the old boot stuff, there was a lot of you know, sound effects and fucking road noise and like shit going on in the background. And I think when you sample films and you know, series and cartoons and shit, you get a lot of the other energy in there, which kind of makes the beat sound a bit better, I'd say.
Yeah, like the
Yeah.
whole difference between diegetic and non-diegetic
Yeah,
music and sounds within
yeah,
the thing that you're watching. Yeah.
yeah. And also samples in general. I mean, you're capturing obviously the music, but you're capturing the energy of the player and how it was mastered, and you know what I mean, what it was fucking recorded onto. All these different elements like kind of add to it. You know,
Yeah.
give it that flavor. So when people try and you know, you get bands and they'll play a load of stuff and then they'll make stuff out of that. Sometimes I think because of the motivations behind playing the music, you kind of lose some of that rawness.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe you don't at all, and it's just in my head, but I feel.
No, I'd agree with that. Yeah, sometimes it's just good to just be off the fly and
Yeah,
not think about it too much. I suppose overthink it.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah, man. Obviously you've been doing a lot of DJing for people and stuff and doing a lot of gigs. And is there any
yeah.
sort of funny stories or any crazy stories that have happened that you've been witness to? Anything that or even a couple of stories if you'd like to share at all. I'm sure there's got to be.
And you can change the names to
Yeah. Just to
not
protect.
criminalize, but you
Yeah,
know.
see, no incriminating
Crazy
people
story.
here.
Hmm. Wow, sounds like my son smashing the house up, man. Crazy stories. Thing is, there's this famous like unwritten rule that what happens on tour stays on tour.
Okay, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. Anything that you think would be
You're really digging for this, aren't you?
mate,
You
yeah.
really want this.
Uh,
We had a couple of funny ones from Farmer G, man. So we want to see what you'd come up with. You came up with some crazy stories about brothels and midgets and stuff. So
yeah, no, I'm not. Yeah, crazy stories,
You know
man.
his family's like in the house, man. He can't be
oh
saying
no,
this loud.
of course, he doesn't need to go no too deep.
Uh, all right. No, I mean, this probably isn't that funny, but it was at the time. So I don't know if you remember the Deadbeat festivals.
Nah,
It-
no.
There were these amazing festivals that took place, like I think it was in Norfolk, and everyone played there. You know, like you'd have Brain Tax and Maestro and Harry Love, and then you'd have Brand Nubian, and then you'd have
Oh,
Gwen
nice.
McRae, and you'd have Cool Herc, and you'd have
Yeah,
Biz Markie. So we were playing there, and we were the first people to bring Percy P over to this country. So we
yeah.
brought Percy P over, and my group Diversion Tactics, we
Yeah.
managed to get a gig as well. And I think Dan was in the van with us and stuff. Anyway, so we get to the place. It's like a holiday park, you know what I mean? An old school 60s holiday park with chalets
Yeah.
and stuff. And we basically were like, right, okay, so what chalets are we in? And me and Diversion Tactics went to the first chalet that we could find that was part of like us and Percy P's thing. So we went to this chalet. It's like wicked showers, like really nice furniture and that, just really clean and stuff. Right next to Brand Nubian, and so I'd be like, oh yeah, this is great. Went in there, just chilled out. Then next day's kind of did the show, and then we're sort of like, yeah, wonder what Percy's accommodations like. So next day we sort of went down to where Percy was staying, and it was like real like ghetto, fucked up, like obviously like from the 60s. And I was like, oh, hold on a second, I think we might actually be in the wrong accommodation here. But Percy and Sargo, like his mate that he come out with, were quite happy with it, you know,
Yeah,
because they're from
yeah,
the
yeah.
Bronx and stuff, so they were cool. But we were like, fucking hell, man, better not tell them about this.
So I
So
take it
yeah,
they never came to your apartment.
no, no,
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh
bro.
man,
So yeah,
quality, quality. So we like to obviously just finish the show
yeah.
with just a couple of questions, obviously in terms of if you've got any sort of shows coming up or anything you'd like to promote further from what obviously you've said, obviously about the tracks that you're dropping, and also obviously
Uh,
with your own events and stuff. Are you still doing those, or because I think you used to do Phylum,
well,
didn't you? But
we were doing filing for years, and then we
yeah, yeah,
started doing some funk and soul nights. But like I say, like the vibe in Guildford kind of changed a little bit. I mean, we're still doing the radio show and that, but we stopped doing events for now. We're going to be doing an event at a place called Tracks in Aldershot. I think that's sometime in September.
okay, cool.
So yeah, I can't remember the exact date. I don't know if it's locked down yet. But gigs wise, I've got a Jest tour coming up in September, so that's going to be
Awesome.
mid-September. So that's going to be all over the UK, and I think we got a Dublin date as well. Uh, Leaf Dog and BVA and myself, hopefully going to Australia in November.
Yeah.
I don't know when this is coming out, but like tomorrow I've got a show in Bedford with Bad Bones, and then on Sunday I've got a show in London at Bricks with Unique Hastings and Michael Parkinson, Anyway to God, and all those guys. And I think the week after I've got a week off, and then the week after that I've got a show with Parky in Brighton. Not
No.
sure what the venue's called. And then there's a few spot dates in August, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's looking all right, you know.
Are you coming back to Cardiff? Because I know you guys were going to come up with I'm sure it was Bad Bones
And
and
Kashmir, yeah, Toomey was
Kashmir.
supposed
Yeah,
to be
yeah,
put,
yeah.
yeah.
that's the
Well,
question I was going to ask, man. Yeah.
Yeah, Toomey's saying that he's going to reschedule, so he's just waiting on the venue. So hopefully, yeah, pretty soon.
Because I
Yeah,
was
man.
gonna say, like, K-Saulz already asked, like, coming to Cardiff, like a lot of hip hop artists, whether Americans come over or not, like
Yeah,
the UK tour and stuff, it's just England, and like
yeah,
English artists as well. Like the closest to
Hmm.
Wales people come is Bristol, and like
yeah,
it's cool within Cardiff. It's just a
yeah.
short hop over the bridge, but. Like, what can we do to tempt you motherfuckers over that bridge, man? We cut out the fucking money that it takes to cross the bridge and everything, just to try and get people in, but just nobody seems
I,
to want to get here, man.
I just don't think people know they got the option. You know, it's like I knew Toomey, and I was Bad Bones was looking to get shows to promote his album, so I was like, fuck, maybe I'll just phone Toomey. So I just phoned him.
Mm-mm-mm.
Um, yeah, so it's I guess people just need to yeah, you guys need to shout about it, really.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
pull our
True.
socks up.
There's
Yeah,
not enough people
or
doing
just you know what I mean, like
events
what?
and stuff as well, man.
Yeah,
You got to get booked. That's the thing.
yeah,
If people aren't
Yeah,
putting the events on, then the artists aren't
yeah,
going to get booked. You know what I mean?
yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, it's all about having dope regular events. Like when we used to do the Phylum thing, you know, we used
Yeah,
to put
yeah, yeah.
everyone on, like Americans, all the best UK artists. You know what I mean? It's great times. You know what I mean? I want to
Wicked,
put
man.
events on, but
Yeah,
like if the
yeah, yeah.
people ain't there, the people ain't there. You know, it's
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Farnham was
but it all
dope,
comes
man.
round.
We actually
Yeah,
talked about it when I was talking to Dick about it the other
yeah,
week. That was actually the first place I actually got on the first time I got on the
yeah,
mic in terms
yeah. You
of
used to kill it, man. You were
spit it
sick. Well, you
with
still are.
hip hop, but in front of people. I used to be
Yeah,
a drum and bass MC, and then I
yeah. I remember.
transitioned into hip hop, and then yeah, and that was the first place. I was telling Dick it was Dr. Syntax and Stigger the Dump, and
Yeah,
there was
yeah,
the you had like this the what's it called, the freestyle competition and stuff.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I was
yeah,
saying I flukily got to the to the final of it. I don't know how I
yeah,
did it because the
yeah,
first time I didn't even want to go on stage because I didn't have any. I said to my mate, like, I can't freestyle. Do you know what I mean? It's like, fuck it, all your bars are all aggro anyway. Just go
yeah,
on
yeah,
stage and just spit your bars and
yeah,
just, people will just be fine. It'll be fine. So I did that. And I went to the toilet for a fucking quick line, and I heard my
yeah,
name being called out to come on stage for the final. And I was like, "What? What's going on?" And I went on, and there's Mr. Twister,
yeah,
a
yeah,
tongue
yeah,
twister. Sorry, Mr. Tongue Twister. It was me and
yeah,
him. and he fucking just absolutely wiped the floor with me. Made me look like a right cunt, but it was worth it, yeah, man.
Yeah, man. I mean,
Probably
you
should have went to the
anyway.
toilet for that line,
that was my
man.
cherry broken, bro. That was my like proper sort of getting in front of people with hip hop bars, and it was. I always remember that, man. It was fucking Final was wicked.
No, but keep sending your tunes though, man, because like we're always playing your
Thank you.
stuff on the radio. You know.
Yeah, yeah. Appreciate it, man. Yeah.
Shit, Nake, send him some of my tracks as well, man.
No.
Stop keeping it all for yourself. What's wrong with you?
No, with the radio, like all we want as DJs is good music. You know what I mean? So just keep it coming, man.
Yeah. We'll
It's all
send
on
you
you
stuff
guys,
from.
you know.
Yeah, we'll send stuff obviously from other people I know and stuff as well, man. I'll try to get some stuff over to you. As I said, Dick is obviously an artist. There's so many dope artists in Wales, man.
Yeah.
But it's just the scene's a bit disjointed, and that's why, as I said, we're all trying to do a little bit to bring that thing together, man. There's kind of the grime scene, which is doing its thing, but in the hip hop scene here, it's a little bit disjointed. And you've got some absolutely sick artists here, man. Like even some of the older Squid Ninja guys, you know, like obviously Joe Dirt and obviously these
legends,
these veterans and stuff, man. Yeah. So there is still and there's some of them, you know, a lot of them are still putting stuff out, aren't they? Joe Dirt done an amazing album recently, didn't he? His fucking last album that he dropped was fucking.
I still haven't listened to that, man. I've got to get around to. I'm going to check that out after this interview, man.
Yeah, I need to check it out.
Yeah. So, but yeah, look, Jazz T, it's an absolute pleasure, bro. We could chat for all night, man. It's been really, really good, obviously, chatting to you again, mate. And
no, thanks for having me. You know, much appreciated. You know what I mean?
No, man, it's been wicked. And Dick,
you
got
to shout out a few people.
Yeah. Fucking do it, mate. You got a list, have you? Gets out of fucking.
No, it's not that long. But yeah, Blade, DJ Random, DJ Miracle, DJ Chud, Gallo Point, Michael Parkinson, Joker Star, Bad Bones. Obviously, all of the 4 hours like Leaf, BVA, Fliptrix, and Verb T. Who else, man? Obviously, my wife Tash.